Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us on today's live event on helping associations and nonprofits boost engagement and giving using Click Dimensions. So we will start off this afternoon with a quick introduction of ourselves. My name is Doug Hum. I am the lead for our Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM practice at Corporate Renaissance Group. We've been a partner for over 25 years and have been deploying Microsoft CRM since early 2003 or 2004 starting at version 1.2. So a long history of CRM deployments at Corporate Renaissance Group. We've also been using Click Dimensions for our own internal marketing automation for over the last 6 years. So we are very excited to present this webinar to you. Joining us from Click Dimensions is Annie Zemlinka Hayes, who's a MarTech solution specialist at Click Dimensions. So thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, Annie. A few housekeeping items before we start. This webinar is being recorded and will be sent out to everyone by the end of the week. You can also download the slides in your chat panel. And we encourage you to ask a lot of questions as we want to utilize this time for you to learn as well as ask questions for any of your inquiries. Finally, a special thank you for joining us. Everyone on this webinar will be receiving a gift card, a coffee gift card, which will be sent out later today. So keep an eye in your inbox for that. As mentioned earlier, Corporate Renaissance Group has been deploying or has been a Microsoft partner for over 25 years. We've been deploying CRM for since 2003, but we've been in business for over 30 years. Our company has grown organically over the years. We have thousands of customers around the world. We have a number of partners around the world for deploying our solutions, as well as Corporate Renaissance Group is a solution provider that it provides consulting services as well as IT technologies that we can recommend. We are not a pure consulting firm nor a pure IT firm. We provide solutions that we believe are the best for our clients, and we provide options and choices to allow our customers to select the best fit for themselves. Our goal at the end of the day is to become the trusted business partner for our clients. This slide demonstrates our breadth of our solutions that we offer. We're going to be focusing on our collaboration and productivity slide, but when we look at the business units or areas of our expertise, we start off in the top left area of our enterprise resource planning, also known as ERP. These are generally for our clients that are looking for new accounting, supply chain management solutions. Our primary focus has always been in the Microsoft Dynamics, Microsoft space. So those first three items, the Dynamics GP, SL, AX, F&O, NAV, and BC, are all Microsoft products. As we talk today about Click Dimensions, it is a part of the Dynamics 365 platform, where it's an add-on product to provide automated email marketing. When we look at the Dynamics 365 product line, what I just described in our ERP as well as our collaboration portfolio, the left hand of this infinity circle is really our ERP slide, which is the Dynamics ERPs, the retail and human resources. The CRM solution focuses on the sales, customer service, field service, marketing, and to some extent, project service automation is combined between the ERP and CRM today. As we look at this infinity slide, there are a lot of items that are also delivered from Microsoft, but are not part of the Dynamics platform. Microsoft has created a platform of Azure, which is servers in the cloud, collaboration, which is your Office platform, that everyone's familiar with. And then the Dynamics business unit products, which is what we're focused on today. And now I'm going to hand this over to Annie, who's going to walk us through the ClickDimensions experience.
Thanks,
Annie?
Doug. Yes, thank you. And hi, everyone. I'm Annie Zemlicka-Hayes with ClickDimensions, and I'm excited to talk to you today about our agenda, and then we will jump right in. So we're going to walk through today how ClickDimensions helps to efficiently find, nurture, convert, and engage your members and prospects. This will help improve renewals or continued donations, help you discover who might be interested in your association. It'll get a pulse of your client and member satisfaction. You can do surveys to them so that you can take immediate action if there's anything going on, or if you have someone who's really positive and you want them to be an advocate for your association. We'll talk about how you can personalize emails and use social media to increase that advocacy. We'll report on the ROI of marketing dollars and sales funnel activities so that you can get a better plan for the upcoming year. And we'll talk about how we can create lead nurturing programs. So I'm going to go through today and show you how to create a campaign automation in the ClickDimensions product. And again, this product lives right within Dynamics 365 so that you can use your members, your prospective members, all of the data that you have within Dynamics 365 to execute your marketing plans. We're also going to take some time towards the end to show you how to leverage your CRM data for a holiday marketing card. So I'll show you how we can create a simple holiday marketing card using a GIF right within the ClickDimensions product. So we are going to go through a few slides first, and then we will jump into the live environment so I can show you how ClickDimensions works within Dynamics 365. But with that, let's talk a little bit more about some of the goals for nonprofits and associations. And really, as a nonprofit association, you want to increase your membership base. You want to make sure that those members are continually coming back to you, that you can boost event attendance by getting the word out about events or membership drives coming up. You may want to increase advocacy for your association and generate some due revenue as well, so that you can continue to keep those people coming back and have interest in your association and your causes. And that's where we begin to introduce ClickDimensions. ClickDimensions is the marketing cloud for Microsoft Dynamics. And we are the only unified marketing, analytics, and services platform in the market for organizations that use Dynamics. So we live right within Dynamics 365. We provide multi-channel marketing, whether that be through social, through email, through landing pages and form completions. We provide marketing-based analytics with some dashboard products. And we also have a full services team that does marketing-specific services. Now, we're not going to come in and do things necessarily with creating and updating things in Dynamics, but we really focus on how we can help you with your marketing. Another thing we need to note right now is that social distancing has meant digital everything, and marketers around the globe have had to come to terms with the fact that their marketing plans can stand up to the new normal of social distancing, remote working, and possible economic strain. So that has led marketers to pivot their plans to depend on digital, meeting customers and members where they are now. So we're going to talk about how you can use digital marketing tactics and marketing technology to help get the results that you need and meet them where they are. A number of associations have traditionally relied on some in-person events to get information out about their cause and things like that. And you might find yourself not being able to do that right now. And so you can really grow beyond email marketing with a marketing automation tool. You might be sending out something like a newsletter, general updates, but there are specific actions that associations need people to take to meet their core goals. So you need to have membership and revenue. You really need people to become members, to remain members, sign up for programs, maybe buy products from you or register for events. And so association marketing is getting those members, prospective members, sponsors, and event registrants to really take action with you. So you need to understand where your members are in their journey to reach out to them, with relevant information and offers. So we really need to make sure that with our marketing, and we've watched this over the years, it's becoming more and more member centric. We need to understand who that member is and where they are in their journey with us. Do we need to run a new onboarding program for them? Maybe they've been a long-time member and we want to encourage them to advocate about our association. Understanding where they are in their journey and tailoring your marketing to them can be very helpful. And they also want to know that you know who they are. So you need to understand how a marketing automation solution that allows you to personalize things about where they are in their journey is important to that member retention. In comes marketing automation. So marketing automation really provides you those tools that you need to find new members, nurture new and current members, and convert and engage audiences. So when we're using marketing automation, you'll be able to discover who's interested in your association, quantify their interests, take the right actions like email marketing, track if they've been to your website, maybe watch their lead score to see how interactive they are with you, and it makes sense to have someone personally reach out to them about becoming a member. But this makes Click Dimensions an extremely handy and user-friendly tool for gaining a better understanding of your present and future customers, in your case, members, from both a marketing and sales and management perspective. So marketing automation, what it's meant to do is give you insight into what concerns your customers have, what they need from you, in your case, again, members. All of this information is linked in Dynamics 365 so that you can take action as you start hearing about things from them. Maybe they filled out a contact us form. Hey, I want to understand how to renew my membership, or whatever it might be. Having that information come back to Dynamics 365 through a marketing automation solution that's connected to your Dynamics is important because it's coming back real time and you can understand how to follow up with your members. So again, how are we getting more from marketing automation? That marketing automation and email marketing really go hand in hand. You may send out a newsletter today, but you can use marketing automation to nurture prospects and current members, educate and inform them about your association. It allows you to better engage with those who might be contributing. So if they're contributing to your organization, you can engage with them. Thank you for contributing to this cause. Here's how you can learn more about this and where your donation is going. It allows you to increase efficiency. So instead of having to reach out to someone every time they make a donation, you can automate that process through Dynamics 365. It also really improves the entire process, understanding where to meet people, where they need help, and running them through an automation, which in a moment will make more sense as I show it in the live environment as to how easy that can become for you as an association. So when we talk about marketing automation, and I've been talking about it for a couple of slides here, but what's included in that? And we're all very familiar with things like email marketing. Something that the Marketing Cloud for Microsoft Dynamics with Click Dimensions can do is we can bring that data right back into Dynamics 365. So not only the marketing team is seeing it, but if you have membership advocates or representatives for people who might have an account or a membership with you, they would be able to come into there and reach out to the people that they're in charge of to see, have they hit the website? Are they completing forms? Have they clicked on or interacted with our emails? And all of that data is coming back to Dynamics. So that's something to understand. A marketing automation platform should be more than just email marketing. It should include campaign automation. It should include the ability to have forms filled out and have that data come back to Dynamics 365 as Click Dimensions does. It should include a way for you to report on that engagement, to survey your members or prospective members about their needs so that you can meet them again where they are. It should allow you to see how they're interacting with your web and landing pages. It should allow you to post to social and understand when all of those things are happening with a marketing calendar. You may also want to consider using text messaging. As many people are working from home or not in the office as much, they may not be checking email as consistently. So looking for a marketing automation platform that has the ability to support SMS is also a good idea at this time. Let's talk about email marketing specifically. Any good marketing automation solution is going to have email marketing, but you should be able to segment your lists based on interest. Are they a current member versus a prospective member? What's their membership tier? How easy is it to create engaging email campaigns? How easy is it for us to keep that a personalized experience with our emails? To create stronger membership relationships? And can we measure ROI? Are we retaining members? Are we gaining new members? Those are the types of things you need to make sure you can track. And with a solution that's part of your Dynamics environment, it's that much easier. We've talked a little bit about this already, but campaign automation allows you to create higher engagement with targeted and timely messages. I usually harp on this, but whenever I talk about campaign automation, it's important that you keep that message both timely and relevant. So for example, I'm not going to hit a prospective member with a membership retention type campaign automation. I may have something completely built differently for them. Keeping it timely and relevant keeps them interested. It's going to help you conserve resources, because as you build these automations and you're running maybe a membership drive, you can use that same automation the next year and change out the content as needed. By keeping the information in front of them in an automated fashion, you should be able to convert at a higher rate and boost member retention. At the end, with the data coming back about whether or not they clicked on things, whether they opened your emails, completed forms, whatever your call to action was in your automation, being able to analyze that impact is important to see if you need to make changes for the next time. Something else you should consider using, especially in these times, is social marketing. And we've seen a lot more of this lately. I've had a lot of people come to me and say, it's great that we're doing email, but we need to do more because we haven't been able to go to trade shows. We haven't been able to have our in-person events. We haven't been able to do things like we used to do them. And a lot of people are turning to social for more information about businesses, about causes. And so you should be considering using social marketing at a higher rate. It's going to enhance your marketing at first and help you engage more with your audience in more than just one place. A good social marketing tool should allow you to efficiently schedule and manage social content, to discover and share meaningful content. And you need to be proactive about posting. But keep in mind that when you're posting, it is important that you stay relevant to your cause, to your information. You're not going to post something about something that's completely different than what you're doing. Keeping that content very specific to you is going to help with that social. And you should actually be able to maximize your social media ROI by seeing which of my posts are getting clicked on, which ones are more important right now. You may also consider doing virtual events, and this is something that a marketing automation solution like ClickDimensions can also support. When we do an event like this with GoToWebinar, even at ClickDimensions and at Corporate Renaissance Group, the things that happen in the background are important, right? So when we hold this, we understand who's attending. Should we follow up with a recording? Should we follow up with anyone who submitted a question? All of those things can be mapped back to Dynamics 365. So the data is not just sitting in there for just the marketing team, but anyone else that might need to know, hey, this person attended, maybe I should see what they thought about this, or I want to follow up with them in the right way if they're a member versus a non-member. So having a solution that brings that data back to Dynamics 365 can be important for associations as well. So with virtual events, you'll want to keep in mind that you need to choose the right topic. What topic's important to you and who is your audience? You need to be flexible with your offering. And what does that mean? There may have been a number of people who wanted to attend this session today, but because of schedules or maybe they have the kids learning from home today, they were not able to do that, right? So making sure that you have the availability to send that recording out to interested parties afterwards is also important. You should promote this via multiple channels. It's always a good idea to promote your virtual events via email, social, and other channels that you may have. And utilize the technology in front of you. Make sure that you're using the technology you have. In this case, we've used GoToWebinar to make sure it's a seamless experience for the attendees. So now to the fun stuff. Let's take a look at what marketing automation looks like in Dynamics 365 when you use ClickDimensions. So this is just to talk a little bit about on this slide about different things that you can use with Click Dimensions. I'm going to focus on email. We're going to take a look at campaign automation, and then as we have time, we'll go into some other things, ending with how you can create a holiday card, because that is timely and relevant to the season. So we will jump into that shortly as well. But if you do have questions, please feel free to put those in the questions pane as we go throughout. I'm always happy to answer those at the end of the presentation as well, and we will leave time for that. So let's jump into the live environment here. And I'm going to be demoing this from Dynamics 365. And I've started on our planning page. So when you come in to use Click Dimensions, it is going to become part of Dynamics 365. So the beauty of that is that if your marketing team is working with your membership team, is working with the CEO to understand what types of information is going in, the marketing and all of your membership information with a solution that's native to Dynamics like this is going to be available to anyone. So in this case, let's start with the marketing calendar. Any good planning starts with a calendar of things that we're doing for marketing specifically. So Click Dimensions has included a marketing calendar directly within Dynamics 365 to allow you to understand if you're running any campaign automations, when you have emails going out, if you're running any specific events, if you have any social posts going out that day. And you'll see we have a number of things happening within this month alone. If you need to view that by day, you can get a better view of when things are happening exactly. If you need to understand what's going on that week, we allow you to do that as well. But you may have multiple people on your marketing team. Or maybe you have multiple people assisting you with marketing internally, maybe some people who are working on memberships. If you want to see what they're working on specifically, you can easily go through, and any of your users that have the right permissions that can use Click Dimensions, you'll be able to come in and see what they're up to as well. So that's a little bit on the planning. From there, we're going to take a look at email. And when we do this, it's important to note that anything you're doing with the email is also in Dynamics 365. You'll find that's a consistent story with Click Dimensions. So if you're creating a new email, if you need to create the template that you're going to send out, if you need to run a campaign automation, all of that information is going to be here under messaging, including the statistics. So let's start where anyone would need to. Let's start an email template. What I've done is I've created a template. I've given it a subject, I've given it a pre-header, and it's as simple as that. From there, we're going to design that email. So when you design an email with Click Dimensions, you'll open up our designer. I am going to show you today our drag and drop editor. The beauty of a drag and drop editor in a marketing automation solution is that it's automatically mobile responsive and it's easy to use. If you are using HTML templates today, please note that Click Dimensions does fully support HTML, but a number of our customers find this easy to use, especially when they need to keep in mind that mobile responsiveness. So let's maybe start with a template. This one's pretty plain. You can come in and choose any type of template you'd want in a drag and drop editor based on how many columns there are, how much you want, what you want it to look like, if you want it to be more of a memo. We provide some featured templates to give you some ideas to start. And you do have the ability to set corporate styling so that all of your emails match the same style guideline. It's important that your members know what to expect from you, and keeping that style and the templates similar, but also changing them up if they do need ways to get more interaction, maybe moving where you have buttons to click on and so on. But keeping that style consistent, no matter who's sending the email from your organization, is very important. Once you've created some templates that you want to continue to use, save it to the My Template section. Now, ideally, your My Template section would have a little bit less in it. This is our demo environment, so there's a number of people who use this, but a number of customers that I work with are going to have a newsletter template. They're going to have an event-based template. They're going to have a holiday template. They might have a template that membership coordinator can use to reach out to existing members. So just having a few templates in there that you base things off of that follow your brand guidelines, you can save those to the My Template section for other people to use. What's nice about that is there's a number of reasons that you may not want people to remove portions of your email. So we run into this with things like CASL and GDPR, so compliance laws, that you need to have the ability for people to unsubscribe from your emails. And ClickDimensions does require this at a certain number of emails that are sent. But if you don't want people to remove any disclaimers that you have at the bottom of your emails, any subscription pieces, you can lock that section. And you can set that lock section permission to people specifically on the marketing team. So that if anyone else came in to create an email, they can change anything else that they want, but they could never remove this red section. We find that's been important with a lot of our customers, and that was actually a feature that was added by request of current customers at ClickDimensions. So we do take that into account. It's easy to add images to our emails as well. So when you need to do this, typically up here, we'll have a logo. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this image with a logo. The name of our demo site is Troximo in this case. So I'm going to pull that logo from here and add that to the email. You may need to link to the buttons or images. It's very easy to do that as well, and we can actually do multiple types of links. Web URL, phone, if you need to click to call, files, subscription preferences, forms or surveys with ClickDimensions as well. If you have sections that you're going to use consistently, for example, the headers, we also allow you to save sections. So rather than creating an entire template, you could come in and in this case, let's say I want to save the ClickDimensions logo information. I could easily save that and drag and drop it in anywhere within the email. So something you should consider specifically with email templates is, are they easy to use and can I keep my branding consistent? We have run into multiple people that want more flexibility with these as well. So we do allow you to add HTML components to this at any time. If you prefer to do HTML for just specific sections of the email, we will support that with our HTML editor. Now, something that I run into consistently, specifically with associations and nonprofits, is they want to make sure that they're being personable with their members. So rather than having to go in and send a personal email to each one, you can use ClickDimensions to come in and say, hello, and add their name to it. We can add any field within Dynamics 365 that's on their contact record. So if we need to say, hello, Annie, in this case, we'll add that personalization. It'll pull the name from my record. Your membership renewal is on. And then you could even pull something, if you had a field in here, and most associations do, with their renewal date or their membership date, you could come in and pull through a date, whatever it might be. I do not have that in this system, but this recognizes any custom fields that you've created so that you could come in and put in a date. Cake day is birthday, so in this case, we'll add that one. But it'll add your personalization for that, and it'll pull the date through. So it allows you to really meet your members where they are and show them that you understand, we know you've been a member for this many years. Your renewal date is this date. Do you have any questions about it? Click here to have someone contact you. And you can do all of that right through ClickDimensions. And when we get to marketing automation, we can automate some of that contact as well. It's important to make sure that people can reach you on social. Sometimes they'll just message you directly on social these days. So you do have the ability to add your social links here. Advocacy is important in membership organizations. If you want them to tweet specific text, if you want them to share this via LinkedIn or share a site on Facebook, you can set up sharing links directly within your email so that your current members can advocate for your cause. Let's preview this first in desktop, but it's also important to note that we can preview this in mobile as well. So these are automatically mobile responsive emails. Now, once this is created, you can send it to a marketing list, any marketing list that you've created in Dynamics 365. And marketing lists can be created based on what you know about your leads, contacts, and accounts. In your case, contacts might be members, because the beauty of Dynamics 365 is that it's such a customizable solution. So just note that if your contacts are in fact members, we can work with those too. How do we keep in front of new members and existing members? One of the easiest ways to do that is with, as I mentioned in the slides, campaign automation. So let's go into campaign automation and take a closer look at that. I'm going to start with my own, but just know that when you come into campaign automation, we do have some templates set up for you. If you need to do a double opt-in for compliance reasons, maybe CASL or GDPR, you can set that up in campaign automation. If they download information about your association and you want to follow up with them based on that, we have one pre-built for you here. You just need to add your email templates. I'm going to start from scratch because there's a few things I've run into personally with associations that they love to use campaign automation for. So I'm going to replace this template. We're going to start from scratch. So you may have had an event recently, or you have a number of people that have reached out that have shown interest in your association previously. Keeping those on a marketing list will allow you to easily follow up with them within campaign automation. So again, you can use any static marketing list within Dynamics, and I'm going to use a list that I have here. And we're going to send them that first email. Within that email, there may have been a specific call to action. What do I mean by call to action? You want them to click on a link, or you want them to go to a form to provide you more information. So we'll want to check to see if they've clicked the link within that email. And again, we can add any email that we've created with Click Dimensions by just searching for it here. I have a number of emails that I've associated to this. In this case, we'll have my demo email. We're going to check for interaction. And we want to know that within this email, a specific link was clicked. If that link is clicked, we may want whoever is tasked with driving memberships to reach out to this prospective member. So if they clicked on it, let's go ahead and notify someone that they're interacting and create a task for them to follow up. Now these tasks, if you're using Dynamics 365 and Office 365 all together, will show up in both Dynamics and Outlook. If they don't interact, let's wait. We don't want these emails all going out at the same time. So we're going to wait a little bit, send another email, and we will check for interaction again. If they positively interacted, we want the same thing happening. So I'm just going to drag this back up to this area. We'll notify, create a task. If they don't interact, we may decide to remove them from this marketing list and add them to a list of what you might consider cold membership leads. So that was a very easy campaign automation created in minutes. The time that it takes with these is really making sure that you have your messaging right in your emails, and it's easy to add those emails to this. But once you have this created, you continue to use it over and over again. And you can save it as a template in a My Template section here of all of the things that you've created so that you can use it over and over again. One more thing that I see used quite consistently is new member onboarding. So as new members start, there may be a few things they need to know. So we can add them to a list based on the fact, actually, let's start this with something completely different, a new feature of Click Dimensions that I love. The ability to start something based on something happening within their record in Dynamics. So if their field has been updated from prospective member to member, we may want to do something completely different. So if that field's been updated, send them a welcome email. Maybe you'll have a link in there that says, if you have questions about your new membership, click here and someone will reach out to you. Great to do if you want that personalized experience. So we'll notify whoever owns the relationship with that person in Dynamics and create a task for them to follow up. If they don't interact, we'll wait a little bit, check in a few weeks to see how things are going. If they interact, again, just dragging this back up, we'll notify that user. So as you can see, we can continue to build these out. There's a number of things that you can do with campaign automation just outside of these two scenarios. This is by far my favorite feature of Click Dimensions because it really allows you to automate some of your processes. Really, new member onboarding is the one that I see used most often in your industry. So just a note there. Social is also a great way to make sure that we're reaching out when people are not really able to attend in-person events or those events may be canceled at this time. Getting in front of people on social is a great way to engage them and get holiday messages out as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we do social posts. You can, with Click Dimensions, post to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. If I want to create a post here, I'll just click Create Post after I've given it a name. And we can just add a link from the website. Let's go ahead and check the Click Dimensions blog. And how to increase social media followers. That's timely. So you'll find on the Click Dimensions blog a number of tips and tricks about marketing, whether or not you're using our solution currently. So keep that in mind, especially we've been doing quite a bit around social. But let's go in and now create that post. So I have the social post here. I'm going to create it. And since I pulled this from our blog, and if you're running a blog, it's very easy to do this, it's going to pre-populate that post with the images and just a general overview of what it is. We've got the link here. Now, if you want to change out the image, if you want to change out the text, it's easy to do that. And we could also post this multiple times if we wanted to. So if I want to post it today and maybe in 2 weeks, I can set up those posts right now and essentially set it and forget it. It'll post at that point. Why is it important to post through here rather than directly to the page? Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it might be. We're also allowing you to track statistics on these social clicks. So we can come in and say, hey, I posted this. I want to see if people are interacting with it. And we'll be able to see which network they interacted with, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it might be, when that click happened and what link they clicked. So that you can track all of this right back to Dynamics 365 and understand if your posts are getting interactions. In addition, as promised, I do want to go through something quickly here as well. A number of people will use marketing automation solutions to create holiday cards. I know that's something we talked about at the beginning. And keeping in mind that I do want to leave some space for questions, we're going to look at this one next. But with Click Dimensions, you do have the ability to easily create holiday cards. Why would you want to use a marketing automation solution to do that? One of the main reasons is personalization. And we talked about this a little bit before, but another neat thing to note is Click Dimensions also supports the use of GIFs. So you can keep it kind of fun, make sure they're not too flashy to take away from the message that you're trying to send. But I've added a very simple one here, Happy Holidays. I've made sure that I'm addressing them by name, given them some information. It doesn't hurt to let them know that they can reach out if they want to do a review on their membership or follow up with you on anything. It's okay to have that in there. Have a button for them to reach you if they need to, but make sure that when you are reaching out to them, keep it personal. If you want that to come from whoever owns the relationship with that member, maybe you have like membership advocates or people who are in charge of keeping relationships with your current members, you can have it look like it's coming from that person, because we can add that again right from Dynamics 365, or you can have your own name here. And it doesn't hurt to make sure they know that your social pages are available as well, because you may post things like updated holiday hours or information. So don't be afraid to add your social piece here as well. When we add these images, they're coming directly from our image manager. That's where we add the GIFs as well. So if I wanted to do anything different with this image or edit it, I could do that here. And you'll see that I have a folder for my information. If you have multiple people on your marketing team, that's important. And I can go in to an additional folder and I can see that this is located here and easily added. So even though it's a GIF and not a straight up JPEG or image, you have the ability to add those easily into your holiday cards. It's a nice way to keep in touch with your members and let them know that you're thinking about them. Because if they've provided you things outside of their home address, a mailed card might not get to them. So this is a great way to make sure that you can reach out to them about the holidays. So with that, that is a subset of the Click Dimensions features. There's many more things that you can do with a marketing automation solution. If you do have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to myself or Corporate Renaissance Group to learn more about Click Dimensions. I'm always happy to talk to you about where your association or nonprofit is at today and how you can use marketing automation to help with that. With that being said, we will go back to our slides and I will open it up for questions. If you want to do a demo or if you have any follow-up questions that you don't want to post here, feel free to reach out with the contact information. CRG knows how to get a hold of me, so if you have any questions for me specifically, please let me know. But thank you for your time today. We went over a lot of information in a short amount of time. So again, please feel free to put those questions in chat or in the questions pane, and I'll be happy to answer those. Thanks everyone for your time, and please stay on if you'd like to hear more about any of the questions that are asked.
Hey, Annie, thank you very much for taking us through that
Absolutely.
demo. As people are still writing up some questions here, I see one that's first, it's coming back to what you talked about earlier on about CASL and GDPR. They just want to get, can you confirm that the solution conforms to the CASL and GDPR rules?
I can. So we have customers, number of customers already in Canada that use Click Dimensions and are subject to CASL compliance. The same goes with Europe and GDPR. So our solution was re-architected when GDPR was released to meet those requirements. And the best way to learn more about how to use Click Dimensions to be CASL and GDPR compliant is through our blog and our help site, which are available to you today. We took a close look at the blog earlier, but this will allow you to understand how our solution is compliant. Some of that compliance is up to the marketing automation solution like Click Dimensions, but some of that compliance is also up to you as an organization to make sure you're setting up your marketing automation in a way that is compliant with both CASL and GDPR, or either one if you're not doing business in Europe.
Here's the question that always comes up. It's about pricing.
Sure.
So how is Click Dimensions priced?
So you'll see that a number of marketing automation solutions are priced by contact. We price in a bit of a different way than what you've seen traditionally, and that is based on number of emails sent per year. The reason we do that is because our solution is built into Dynamics 365, and you may have a number of contacts or leads or members in your case that you don't want to market to. So we aren't going to charge for all of those. Ours is going to be based, if you send an email out to 500 people, we consider that 500 emails. Our tier of Click Dimensions, that is the full featured tier at the business level, comes with 200,000 emails per year. And then we do have ability to go on up from there. So depending on your email needs, I can get specific pricing over for anyone who has further interest.
Okay. Another question here is, what are the options for training and support?
So with Click Dimensions, anyone who becomes a Click Dimensions customer has full access to the Click Dimensions Academy. The Academy is going to be videos, documents that walk you through step-by-step. How do I create an email? How do I use the different features of the drag and drop editor? How do I create a campaign automation, and what are best practices for that? So we do walk you through in an academy type scenario where you'll go through and take that training, and there'll be a knowledge test at the end. You can become ClickDimensions certified if that's something you would like to do as well. But that's available for every customer. If you have one person in your organization that wants to take it, great. If you have 50, it doesn't matter. Once you're a customer, you have full access to the Academy.
Okay. Here's something that I personally was looking at. On SMS, I know that Microsoft had SMS in the US, United States, but it was not available in Canada. So it was interesting to see that ClickDimensions offers SMS. Can you explain how that would work
Sure.
to SMS clients that are in our CRM solution for Canadians?
So the SMS works in a similar way as our email marketing does. You can send a text message to everyone that's part of a marketing list. So if you need to update all of your members about something, you could add them to a marketing list. And if they've opted in to receive text messages, which you can use our subscription management to get them to opt in for that, then you can send them a text message. You can also use it as part of automated campaigns. So you can use campaign automation, great for new member onboarding, to send them a text message to confirm that they're a member of your association. Something to note with text messaging is you do need an outside account with a provider, either Twilio or Bulk SMS are the names right now. They provide your number. So you do need to have a number and a certain number of text messages available through them. We're allowing you to decide from a marketing list perspective in Dynamics, where you store all of your current membership information, who should receive that message and what the message should be. So it is available. Most people in North America will use Twilio for that.
Here's another one. Can you share some about analytics?
Sure, I can share analytics. So there's a number of ways to get analytics with ClickDimensions, and I'll go back to my screen here. Let's see. And probably the most common is, did anyone interact with my email, right? So we can pull that information right in Dynamics 365. For example, if we want to filter that down to clicks specifically, we could do that. And we can see who clicked, when they clicked, what link they clicked. All of that data is coming back. Keep in mind, we're also tracking opens, delivers, anything to do with those emails, including bounces. But if I go to Chantel's contact record, I can also come in and see specifically how Chantel is interacting with that information. So I can come in and see, is she in any of our campaign automations? Has she visited our website recently? Has she completed any forms? I can pull that up specifically by, in my case, the contact, but in your case, this might be a member, what she's been doing on the website, how many pages she's visited, and so on. So there's a number of ways to pull that reporting. There's also a dashboarding product that's very specific to marketing that's available that will allow you to see how your emails are performing, how your campaigns are performing, and so on, and set goals against those. So there's a number of ways that you can pull reporting with ClickDimensions.
Okay. I'm not seeing any other questions, so we'll just hold on for another 30 seconds. If anyone else has any questions,
okay,
please type them into the chat. As we just wait, see if there's anything else. Is there any last things that you would like to highlight, Annie?
Really, just if you're looking for a marketing solution, understanding what your organization needs is going to be the most important thing, right? So understanding what your member needs are, how they like to be communicated to, will allow you to understand what types of features that you need within the marketing automation solution. I do hope that today was beneficial to learn more about some of the features that full feature marketing automation solutions like ClickDimensions provide. But in any case, happy marketing.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Annie. There are no other questions. For all the participants out there, thank you very much for spending the last hour with us. We hope you found this very useful. You will see an email from us, from Corporate Renaissance Group, later on today with your gift card for your coffee, as well as the presentation. If you do have any questions or follow-ups, you can always connect with us at crg@crgroup.com, as well as connecting back with us and Annie. So thank you again and have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.